tremendous looking trophy.
Hello, welcome to Platinum's first number one PlayStation podcast in the Cherie. My name's Blind. Join me, Ashley Hubley.
Hey Don, excited to be here. Happy 1 year anniversary of the PS5.
Whoa.
Yeah. We did it. We survived.
We did it. We got one.
So,
Still people waiting. Whoa.
it's kind of crazy that people are still waiting.
It's kind of still crazy. Well, I'll tell you what is crazy is that people still think they can walk into a fucking store and get one. Is what I'll say.
That's true.
I'll just get one when there's one on the shelf.
Bloody chip shortages. Let's, need to start prioritizing where all the chips are going. Yeah?
Not to Dyson's.
Take them, not to Dyson's. Take them out of those smart fridges. Don't need them in those.
It's true. That's a good point. People
I'm
only
sure
draw
there's a
dicks
bunch of
on them. What use is that?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of other useless electronics that, they can pull chips out of and put them in PlayStations instead. Like Xboxes.
Yeah, I don't know. Do they have the same chip? Are they smart enough?
Oh, maybe not, yeah.
Oh! Because Nintendo definitely don't happen. So, yeah, it is the 1 year.
Maybe that's why the Steam Deck's getting delayed.
I mean, it probably is something to do with similar shit. But, this week on the show, it's 1 year anniversary, so let's just talk about that and read this PlayStation blog post and then go over the games that are released and give overall thoughts on year one. And that'll be probably the show, to be honest. That's fine. So PlayStation blog wrote, PlayStation 5 turns 1 today. This was 4 days ago as a recording. That's fine. We missed the birthday. Sorry. Mr. Jimmy Ryan himself wrote this. Wish I could do a Jimmy Ryan impression. I don't really know. Happy birthday, PS5. No, he doesn't sound like fully. Happy birthday, PS5. A year seems to have flown by rather quickly since the first day that gamers were able to get their hands on PS5. And I'm deeply honoured and humbled to celebrate this amazing first year with all of you. So much has happened in 1 year from the day we lit up landmarks and iconic places all over the world to mark the arrival of the PS5. Incredible games such as Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Returnal, and Deathloop launched. SIE acquired the talented development studios Bluepoint Games, Firesprite, Housemarque, and Nixes. Revealed our next generation VR system for PS5. And most importantly, we unveiled new footage and exciting updates for upcoming titles such as God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, and Horizon Forbidden West, all from PlayStation Studios, and announced Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Remake during our September showcase. A busy year indeed, and we are just getting started with the PS5. The imaginative game creators and publishing partners we work with have launched more than 360 games. Why would you pick that number? Like, just fucking say 350 plus or something, you know what I mean? Like, come on. More than 360 games on PS5. Additionally, there are currently more than 25 games in development for PS5 at PlayStation Studios. More importantly, the passionate support we've seen from our players makes this past year truly special for us. PlayStation 5 gamers have collectively played more than 4.6 billion hours of gameplay on PS5 and broadcast more than 26 million hours of content. Here's a look at the top 10 PS5 games from its first year based on gameplay of. Number 1. Not really surprising. Fortnite. Shock horror.
Shocking.
I don't think that should shock anyone. I'll tell you what isn't in this list that is quite funny though. I know. Yeah.
Apex, where the fuck is that?
Well, number 2. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So last year's Call of Duty, the first, the one that came out, just after, in time, console, have fun. FIFA 21, NBA 2K21, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Destiny 2. Now, it's worth mentioning that Destiny 2 is technically a free-to-play title up to like a certain level or whatever, so it definitely gets a buffer of people jumping in probably.
But then the hardcore people who play Destiny 2
play a lot
of Destiny 2.
Destiny 2, yeah. I'm still surprised it's like FIFA 21 and NBA. I mean, I suppose they've got more players maybe. MLB The Show 21, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Demon Souls.
I mean, that's the one that actually stands out on this list.
Miles Morales?
Yeah.
Show that would have been a launch game everyone brought there.
Yeah, but it's short. It's a short linear narrative.
But I guess if like every single person.
So if everybody must have played it. That's the thing. Yeah.
Demon Souls. I'm surprised that's actually on the top 10. To be honest, I thought that was a bit more of a niche audience or whatever, but no, it still made.
No, as somebody said, like Dark Souls games, they're not a niche audience anymore.
No, that's maybe not. I mean, there's like every time there's like a stream or whatever, it's like one of the most sought after things any sort of Souls game in its sequel.
Yeah, I don't think you can call it a niche genre anymore.
No. NBA 2K22 is the rounding out your list. Yeah. The only thing I'm surprised that isn't on there, to be completely honest, Astrobot surely would have counted. No.
Again, it's like 3-4 hours, and then it's done. I'm sure there's a lot of people who just didn't.
I would assume everyone played it though. Like I would assume everyone who got
maybe not everybody completed it.
Because if everyone put in even 2-3 hours times however many consoles they sold, I don't know.
That's the problem. They didn't sell enough consoles. It's a problem. They haven't sold enough consoles.
True. Then on about not being able to play it. Jimmy Ryan continues. I also want to thank everyone in the community for your patience. We continue to see historic demand for PS5. We understand that inventory constraints remain a source of frustration for many of our customers. Rest assured that we are laser focused on doing everything in our power to ship as many units as possible. It's something we work on every day. And the company remains a top priority. Again, we appreciate your patience as we navigate through these unprecedented global challenges. There's plenty of great things to come for PS5 in the future.
Is there patience?
No, not really from people who want it. And I look forward to sharing more of these extraordinary moments with you. That is Jimmy Ryan's address to the PlayStation community via the PlayStation blog. And now let's go. I figured, most people when they're ranking the first year of a console, usually just comes down to what games came out and if the year one games were solid. So I'm going to go for all the exclusives. Using this list from happymag.tv, which I didn't know. I googled
number one source.
Yep. I was like, whoever gets the SEO search, you're on, and it was them. So, do you want to? I was going to say, do we want to create a tier list or something? Like, how do you want to? Because I feel like the thumbs up system doesn't have quite enough.
Nuance
for what I kind of want to be doing here.
We can do whatever you want to do.
All right, I'm gonna tier them. I'm gonna write them down. Maybe I'll do something with that first. I don't know. So you got a S A B C D tier. You know how this works? You put them in the tiers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to agree, or we're gonna have to meet in the middle. We're not having separate lists. This is the Platinum Explosion.
There can only be one
ranking
tier that it's in.
Yes. So if we haven't played it, we're still ranking it because we're doing everything.
All right.
But I think we've played all the exclusives, at least one of us, surely. All right. So down in the way they've listed them. First one, Demon Souls. So that was a launch game. PS5, of course. Remake, Demon Souls. PS3 game, widely renowned. Everyone was importing it from Japan.
Yep.
Wanted to get it. Blue Point does a remake. It's awesome. One of the best PS5 games IMO. Got the Platinum Trophy. Loved it. Now, do I want to go straight for the S tier? It's like going straight for the jugular. You know what I mean? Like, but I guess the list is, I gotta clarify, like, are we ranking the games, or are we going like the list is really as far as a year one title? Do you think this is good? You know what I mean? Like it's.
I mean, it's on the upper echelon. Clearly,
I'm going S.
It was the one that kind of showcased everything the PS5 could do, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Launch title, PS5 exclusive, unlike the other
cross platforms.
The the other ones that were cross-platform, but yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm happy with S.
It's in like Flynn.
It's in.
Astro's Playroom. The free
Yes.
included on the console platforming game that takes you through a journey. We've talked about it a lot. We even did a whole episode just going through all the little secrets that are inside the game and discussing them. Yeah, little peripherals and stuff. So you're going straight for S?
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. Fun platformer. There's still a whole, like, you can still play through the time trial mode to this day. It was free and it had a free platinum.
I'm also going S. Because, again, the list is like ranking it as a year one, first year of console. It's a free, awesome game that's included on your console that, like, as far as packaging titles go, this has to be one of the best ones, surely. I know everyone, Wii Sports. Oh, I know. It's better than Wii Sports. Is that it? Is that fighting words? I don't know. But it's definitely up there. So, yeah, I'm going to go S as well. Destruction All-Stars. So
S.
In case people forgot, this was a game that was supposed to be a launch title. It was then pushed to February, I think. Around that, February, March. And then it was released as part of PlayStation Plus. If you want to play it now and you didn't have it on PlayStation Plus, you actually have to buy it. We played it for a bit. Definitely had fun. However, it was a game that was built around having a continuous player base, obviously being a multiplayer game, but also bringing in new characters, and you could play through the solo sort of story, quote unquote story missions. Definitely haven't gone back to it. A lot of cool ideas there. Definitely haven't gone back to it. So where would you rank Destruction All-Stars on this list?
I think it's got to be like a C.
Yeah, C was the first thing that came to mind. Because I can't put it in D because, like, we did enjoy it. Like, we had couple weeks, was it? Probably. It was a couple weeks.
Yeah, probably.
And it didn't cost us anything. To a degree. PlayStation Plus. But yeah, I feel like lots of potential in that game. Maybe would have done better if it launched. I don't know. Like, maybe it would have been better if it actually had launched alongside the console. Because I know a lot of people, they got through Spider-Man, they got through Astrobot, they didn't care about Demon Souls, they were like, what the fuck do I play next? So...
Yeah. Although, at launch it was meant to be a full price
cost
game.
Money, yeah. That's
so,
right.
And if that had happened, it would maybe have been a D.
Yeah, no one would have brought it, yeah, that's true. So yeah, let's go with C. I feel like C sounds about right. Returnal. So, released mid this year, I think. Can't remember. Housemarque's first venture. Well, no, I forgot what I was trying to say. First venture outside sort of more typical top-down arcadey type stuff. They wanted to get out of the arcadey stuff they were known for. This is a mix of both the gameplay they're known for, like lots of voxel shit, you're dodging left, right, and center, whatever else. It has a repeat run mechanic for it, because obviously you die, come back, start again, go again. There are scores to chase if you want to play that mode, but at the heart, there is a story happening here. An interesting story. It's also visually one of the, like, standout PS5 games. Like, maybe it's not as pretty as some of the other things when you watch cinematics or whatever, but from like how much shit's happening on the screen at the same time and how well it runs and the sound effects and how it uses the DualSense control, like, it certainly takes use of everything. It sort of does fit into that sort of same Demon Souls mold of there are a lot of people who just don't care to play this because of the difficulty. And there were all those arguments about, they only just added into, we talked about last week or whatever, they just added the suspend function finally and whatever else. So, where would you think Returnal would want to be on this list?
I think it's probably like an A. Yeah. Again, another game that kind of the fan base that actually loves it. And like, obviously there are some like issues, but for the most part, I think it's been pretty positive, and it's going to probably be a Game of the Year contender. So A or S, I mean, it's pretty.
I mean, I'd want to stick it in an S as well, but Do I? It's like definitely in my game of the year, like short list.
Yeah.
But it's gonna stack the S category here in a minute. I don't know. All right, I'll stick it in A, and maybe I'll argue about it later. I don't know. All right, they've got this on this list, so I didn't think about this. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Do you want to count it?
Not really.
It is a remake.
One, we didn't play it.
It's true. I got it.
Bought it, yep.
Haven't had time to play it. Maybe we'll get there eventually. But I mean, it is a remake, and it's just DLC.
It's just DLC.
It is exclusive, but let's skip that one. Putting the foot down. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Obviously, the first big Ratchet and Clank game in some time, other than the remake, reboot thing from a couple of years ago. Actually, it's funny because that was obviously a remake of the first game, and now they're back to this is after this now back up to the current timeline and whatever else. So it's like, well, get new fans in, and there's like, let's skip to where the the timeline's up to. But obviously, a big, massive franchise. This would have been a game a lot of people would be buying if they're getting PS5 now. I assume a lot of people are going, okay, Ratchet and Clank, I got this, whatever else. So very, very pretty. Typical Ratchet and Clank gameplay. Interesting story. Introduces a new character in Rivet. Where do you reckon this ranks?
It's like A as well. Like, fantastic game, lots of fun, beautiful to look at, cool story, great characters. But, it's kind of more of the same. It's not like... It didn't go above and beyond, but, it's still fantastic.
I would say A as well. It's really, really good, but it just feels like it's just like, it's a slightly newer and upgrade. Yeah, it's just, it's a good Ratchet and Clank game, but it's not, hey, you would buy the PS5 for this, or like, this is a standout experience on the PS5, or you could definitely play this on another console. Maybe it wouldn't look as pretty or whatever else, but yeah. The next one I've got Death Stranding Director's Cut. I think we'll put that under the same rules. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. Put that under the same rule. Marvel Spider-Man Remastered. Put that probably under the same rules. So they don't have everything here because there's stuff that's certainly...
No. Well, one, Miles Morales.
Yeah, they failed me.
Where's that fit?
I take back them claiming to have everything I need on this list. Right, so where do you want to go, Miles Morales?
That's got to be A as well. Really great game. Like, really, that's the game you needed to buy as soon as you got a PS5. You know what I mean? Great story. Nice twist on the Spider-Man from the Spider-Man game, and it clearly made Miles a different character. Great music, like everything across the board, fantastic. So, A.
Yeah, A.
Right up against S.
I don't know if that's a category, but yes. I'm happy with...
that's how it was.
I'm also happy with A. I really, really like Miles Morales. I think as an overall package, it just flows and runs better than the first game without much, because there's never as much of the fluff, and I've talked about that. So it looks really pretty, plays great. It was an example of how great the fast traveling on PS5 was when it launched. It's a really great experience to dive into when you get the console. So yeah, I'm going to go A on that one as well. All right, so next one on the list of stuff that the website missed. Terrible letdown. Sackboy Big Adventure. Remember that game?
Yes, I do.
So it's a 3D or 2.5D. Oh no, it's a 3D platform. 3D platformer. Play as Sackboy. You can have a co-op partner. It's got a bunch of levels. They're like, it starts super simple. It gets slightly challenging towards the end. It doesn't get like super hardcore or anything, but it does get a little bit challenging. It's not like majorly targeted at kids, but you can definitely play it with family members, and if you're playing with them, you get the extra lives and you can help each other and whatever else. You can collect stuff. It looks really good, the design of it, just the sort of handcrafted world and whatever else. So that was the load times and everything was another standout. Playing it in that launch month or whatever was a standout. the really hard time trials can go suck a fuck, as far as I'm concerned, though. Stopping me from getting the platinum, motherfuckers. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Certainly haven't been thinking about since it's not stood out as like one of the best platformers I've played, but certainly a comfortable launch window and then launch year game. Where do you reckon it would be on the list?
I'd say like a B. Like, it was enjoyable, but, you know, it's kind of a game that you played and then kind of like, yeah, okay. You're just kind of forgettable to a certain degree. And like, but yeah, for what it is and what it was and what it needed to be, it kind of was good. But, you know.
Yeah,
I feel like we're very top heavy so far. So maybe.
I mean, if it's top heavy, that's good. It just means PlayStation has a really good launch here. But
yeah, that's true.
B is what I was thinking anyway, because it ain't an S, it ain't an A. I don't think it's a C. Seems to fit nicely into a B. Like, it's a good game, but it ain't in the upper end, and certainly not in the bottom end. So B is like right in the middle of everything. So that makes sense. Deathloop. It is it's going to come to shit eventually, but I mean. We're counting it, right?
Yeah,
I think so. It's especially because PlayStation put every state of play into marketing it as a exclusive. I still haven't gone back to play it at all. That's nothing to do with the game and how much I was liking it. It's just I haven't had time. But obviously, we had to watch a million trailers for it. It's a game which as discussed in the time I played it, and then discussed with Kieran, whoever, and you, and many places, it isn't as rinse and repeat as maybe the trailers made it look. There is like actual objectives and whatever else, which was good to see. But yeah, I mean, it's certainly on a lot of people's best games or what they perceive as the best game of the 2021 list. Where would you think it would rank on the PS5 launch year?
I would probably put it like an A. Like, it's a lot of fun to play. It's got an interesting story. Like the actual. It's still like it's really fun to like go around and use all the powers and like kill not infinite, but a bunch of goons and that kind of thing, clearing people, using stealth or like full out attack and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I would say it's an A game.
I'm happy with that. I'm not going to argue. I mean, based off that's just views all like it and whatever else. So. Is there anything that's missed amongst all that now, or no? Have we finally got everything? So I'll read out the list. Here's our ranking. D tier, nothing. C tier, Destruction All Stars. B tier, Sackboy: A Big Adventure. A tier, Returnal, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Deathloop. S tier, Demon's Souls, Astro's Playroom. Have we missed it?
Godfall.
No, that released on PC at the same time, didn't it? I think. At launch. I think it was on PC at the same time.
So it doesn't count?
I don't think that counts, does it?
It's up to you.
I think it was drawing the line on other things. I'm going to say no. I'm just looking at it. Other than like...
All right.
Other than the remake stuff, like, because there's been a few of those, obviously, which we're just going to, like, we could put those in, because I know, like, they're fun, but, like, we could just, if we choose not to include any of them, it's fine. So I think that would be the list then. So, I mean, looking at that, nothing in the D tier, only one thing in the C tier, most of it's on the top end. Officially saying that the PlayStation's first year.
Pretty great.
I mean, so... What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got 8 games here in the first year. That's nearly one a month. And then if you chucked in the remakes and remasters shit as well, you definitely got enough here to spread yourself out throughout the first year. For people who aren't flying through games, like there's definitely more than enough here, I'd say, for most people.
That's obviously not including games that,
third parties.
People
spending time playing, the
indie games.
And all that sort of stuff. So
your bug snacks, whatever else,
Bug snacks. Ooh. Yeah, well, that was on PC. That launched on Epic as well, so I guess that's the problem there. And then so let's lock in that list. I'll save that. So then looking ahead, hold on, continue looking back. Do you feel like? So we had one major firmware update, which we talked about like a month or so ago. Other than that, not much has changed on the PS5 firmware side. Do you feel like there's anything that still sticks out as a sore thumb that you're like, why didn't they fix this shit?
No, not really. Everything seems to be getting used to everything. Nothing really stands out as like, damn, why isn't that fixed? Why is it still broken? I don't think there's anything broken about the PS5 interface or firmware. It's like, yeah, sure, you can make some improvements and kind of stuff that we've discussed on previous episodes and that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, for the most part, it's pretty good.
I'd agree. I don't really have any major problems. There's some small things I'd like to see tweaked or whatever else, but I mean, first year games are fun, great. Console works great.
I mean, they fixed the biggest problem that they had this year:
trophies.
Yeah.
Damn right. And then looking ahead, so let's go through a list of the known sort of exclusive stuff coming to PlayStation and see how that looks if this all comes out next year. So we're supposed to have next year Horizon Forbidden West, even though that's, again, some of these are on PS4, but whatever. February 18th, that comes out. Gran Turismo 7, supposed to be March 4th. God of War Ragnarok supposed to come out next year. Forspoken supposed to come out next year. Ghostwire Tokyo, supposedly, I guess, next year. And then that's just, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what's that, 6? Those 6 games, if that's all that releases next year, so like sort of first party-ish or like super exclusive from Square Enix and whatever else, would you be happy with those?
Yes.
God of War and Horizon are pretty much all you would need, I would feel like.
Yeah, sort of for most people, yeah.
Start of the year and then the end of the year or something like that. And that'd be enough for most people.
And then get your filled in by third parties and indies, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then stuff we do know coming up, Marvel Spider-Man 2. Apparently that's like years away.
Yeah. Maybe.
Marvel,
maybe.
Yeah.
Insomniac's weird.
Yeah, who knows?
The magic people over there.
Marvel's Wolverine. I'd say that's even further away. Maybe not. Maybe it's the opposite way. Who knows? And then Knights of the Old Republic remake. That is ages away. That's a timed exclusive, but that is ages away.
It's so far away.
I don't think they even really started it. So, yeah, I was about to say, because I just remember it's like on top of Godfall, we could have said Kenna, but that is on PC as well. Like, is that a big? I mean, was pushed as a PlayStation thing? Right. None of these other ones are really. We're like, yeah, nothing else on this list is on PC as well. This is all just console stuff, right?
Yeah, sure.
Like so far, I mean,
yeah,
it could come to PC after.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm saying, like, looking at it as a first year, other than like Miles Morales being on PS4 too and whatever, but no, right, we're just locked in PS5. All right, actually look back at the PS5. Look forward to the PS5. Look forward to games. Maybe I'll post up that tier list. Maybe I'll do one of those actual fancy, the ones that everyone does. And you can do your own tier list. And you can send it to us. Have fun. And that'll do it. This week's episode of Platinum Explosion. Hope you've enjoyed your first year of PlayStation 5, if you've got one. If you haven't, just hope hope you've been a good boy and Santa treats you well.
Santa broke into the Sony factory, stole a bunch of PS5s to give them money.
Maybe that will be helpful to you. Otherwise, if you've been playing it and you can rank the lists, then yeah, let us know your PlayStation 5 exclusive list. If by tweeting at us, explosionnetwork.com/Twitter takes you to our Twitters, explosionnetwork.com/Discord take you to our Discord. You can tell us over there. And if you like this episode and thought it was worth $1, head on over to explosionnetwork.com/support where you can donate as little as $1 and or more monthly. One-off payment. Help out the show. Help out explosionnetwork.com. And until next week, remember, every trophy counts. Hey, don't forget you can subscribe to the show wherever you're currently listening, and you can drop a review if you can.
Find more great shows like this and more content over at explosionnetwork.com. And please consider supporting us for as little as $1 over on our Ko-fi page by heading to explosionnetwork.com/support. Thanks for listening.